Apple's iPad Pro is definitely one of my favorite computing devices of 2018, and with good reason. It's light, portable, and flexible in an ergonomic sort of way. It just feels great to use, but this is not a review of the iPad Pro per se. It's a review of the Apple 2018 keyboard Folio for the iPad Pro. Thanks for watching another episode of Breaking Elegance, where we help you improve your lifestyle with technology. I'm your host, Angel Ramos, and let's jump right into this one. The Apple Folio keyboard case was one of the first things I wanted to pick up when I actually decided that I wanted to go ahead with this experiment of replacing my laptop with an iPad Pro. And a lot of people have tried this and they said it can't be done, etc., etc. But when I actually tried it, I found it to be helpful, useful, and surprisingly, I immediately got rid of my laptop when I saw how well the iPad Pro can actually handle 4K content. And I mean during creation. I just threw some video files right into the iPad Pro and scrubbed through it like a butter knife, a hot freaking butter knife on butter. And that just caught me off guard, and I said, wait a minute, I think I can actually work with this item. But like I said, this is not an actual review of the iPad Pro. There will be a review of the iPad Pro coming up very soon on the channel, so make sure you stay tuned for that. This is an actual review of the keyboard Folio. And I have to say, I am completely opposite to this item. I am completely underwhelmed when it comes to the keyboard Folio because of its shortcomings, and I expect a lot more from Apple when it comes to creating a Folio/protection case that is supposed to protect your item, and it's also supposed to be a keyboard. Two functions which it does not do very well. So as you can see, this Folio case really doesn't do too much of protecting your iPad, especially on the edges. Right on the edges, you will notice that this thing is only really holding the iPad in place with magnets, and if anything has enough force, it could slide your iPad out of it. Not saying that it's easy to do whatsoever, but it is definitely there as a possibility, and I don't like that at all. I would rather if they put a little bit of edge protection or a little bit of corner protections to really hold your iPad in place and avoid it sliding out easily from the actual Folio case. That would have been nice. It also only at the moment comes in this weird dark navy color. That's the only color that was available when I picked it up, and I'm not a fan of that dark navy color, but you might like it, and that's not a very big deal because it does its job either way. What I do have to say is that it will pick up grease marks from your fingers, and it doesn't matter if they were just wet, if you just washed them, or if you were putting gel in your hair, or if you were just putting lotion on your hands, which might be things that people do throughout the day. This thing will get disgustingly dirty, so keep your hands to yourself because it's gonna get messy. Now, besides that, the keyboard itself is something that I have a big pet peeve as well with. It has minimal travel. It is really flat. I don't like the keys. They have this weird canvas feel to them, and that's a personal preference. I don't like it, and I think it feels a little bit cheap, even though this item is worth $200. So with all of that said, after a while of using it, I almost got used to using it, but I really can't see the value standpoint of buying this thing for $200, and I believe it's around 175 or maybe around that ballpark for the 11-inch model, which is still a lot of money for a keyboard Folio case where you can actually pick up something like this INFILAND, which was less than $20 on Amazon, and a Bluetooth keyboard that I also picked up on Amazon. I'm not really sure the brand on this one, but I will leave a link in the description below. You can get both of these devices and pretty much do all of your work with both of them for under $40, which I see a lot more value in. Also, the case has edge protection because at least corner protection on this one, and it looks really, really nice, as you can see here. I really do like this case and I really do like this keyboard. They both have pretty high ratings on Amazon, and a lot of people are happy with it, and that for good reason. You're not going to spend $200 and you can do pretty much anything you need done with it. Now, I can't wait for somebody to get the Bridge, pun intended, because Bridge, the maker of the Bridge keyboard for the original iPad and other devices, is actually coming up with an actual Bridge keyboard that makes your iPad Pro kind of look like an MacBook Pro, or a MacBook in that case, and that thing is going to be constructed of aluminum. It's going to look amazingly nice. I'm not going to say it's going to protect your item at all, because it's going to hold the iPad right on the unit, so no back protection or anything like that, but it is going to look really, really nice, and I can't wait to see that, and I'm waiting for it myself because I definitely am considering picking that up. If you guys would like to see a review when that pops up on the market, let me know and I will put one together for you guys once I have it on hand. So do you guys think that this thing is worth 200 United States dollars, or whichever dollars you use in your country? I personally will put a pass on it, and it is going back to where it came from. Definitely, I don't see the value in keeping this guy, so Apple, I'm sorry. I have to return this thing, but I will be keeping the iPad Pro that I picked up. I actually have the 512 gigabyte model. I wish I could have afforded the 1 terabyte, but the pricing between the iPads and the MacBooks are very similar now, but I'm trying to live on the cutting edge, and LumaFusion on the iPad is a great piece of software. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already, subscribe right below. There's a little bell notification right next to that subscribe button, which I would recommend you actually go ahead and press so that we can keep you updated on what's going on with the channel in the future. And like always, you guys have a great one.